Hey there, YouTube. WhiskeyCactus here, welcoming you back to our Heart of the Woods Let's Play. This is episode number 9. And last time, things got, a little magical. And also, Morgan and Tara, we know that Maddie's missing. And that was kind of a big development. They're not sure if she's dead or not. Morgan seems to think so. But, I think we're back as Morgan, I believe. Yeah, we are Morgan. And Evelyn has attacked Tara a while ago. And, so we know that Evelyn's not a great person. And Tara knows that Evelyn's not a great person. And so we're here with Morgan, and we're going to see what happens. So it's been days since Evelyn attacked Tara. Since Gelidora spoke... Oh, yeah, the cat spoke, finally. Since Gelidora spoke to her. Days of fruitless searching for Maddie, and Tara is still trying to act like she's okay. She pores over every piece of local history we can find. She makes jokes, she tells stories. Hello. There we go. She pretends she isn't losing hope every day we don't find Maddie. She's lying. It's her body that tells the truth. She pulls me closer when she's under me. She stays in my arms for longer than she did before. I doubt she even notices she's doing it, but years spent hiding my emotions have made me pretty good at spotting it in someone else. Is she doing it for me, for herself, both? That's the only thing I still don't know. Morgan? I can hear Tara's voice calling from the kitchen. I smell the smoke a second later. I'm out of the bedroom before I realize I'm moving. My mind fills up with a million possibilities. What if Evelyn's already here? What if the cabin's burning? What if she just was trying to cook and failing? I think I owe you a new pan. Tara is fidgeting nervously. A cloud of black smoke billows from the pan on the stove. I can't even tell what it was supposed to be in it. Whatever it was, it's charcoal now. You guys don't have, a fire extinguisher in here, right? Oh, oopsie. I let out a breath I was holding. I shouldn't have panicked like that. I'm just glad she's okay. We don't need one. Let me see that. I walk past her and grab the pan. Before she can say anything, I open the door and toss whatever was in the pan into the snow. All better. I run a rag under the tap and toss it to her. Why don't you get the smoke off the wall before it stains? I'll take care of this. I'm still coming down from my adrenaline. I have to make a conscious effort to say it as gently as possible. I don't want her to think I'm mad at her. She seems happy being given something to do. She smiles and tries to salute, but with the wrong hand, and ends up slapping herself in the face with the wet rag. I swear she does stuff like that on purpose sometimes. While Tara scrambles to duty, I start washing out the charred remains still clinging to the pan. After a few moments, Tara shuffles nervously behind me. You don't cook much, do you? Does not cooking at all fall under not cooking much? Because if so, yeah. Then why did you... Her eyes flick towards the counter and I follow her gaze. There's a tray sitting there. It's a mess. A piece of clumsily sliced fruit, a cup of liquid, blackened toast. You were making me breakfast. Tara looks guilty. Fucking got her. Hold on. Lenovo, stop that. Thank you. All right. Yeah, well, you know. She looks down and starts fidgeting with her shirt. I figured that since we're leaving the cabin, it'd be a waste to just leave it here, and I don't know, you've been really helpful and stuff. I thought maybe I could pay you back a bit, but I just wasted the food anyway. My mind reels. I can't utter a single sound. I don't really have any friends. The few people I'm on good terms with would never do something like this. Evelyn stopped preparing meals for me the instant I would make them for myself. And even when she did, they weren't much more than leftovers of what she made for herself. It was a dumb idea. Sorry. It was not a dumb idea, Tara. My body moves on its own. My arms outstretch and wrap around her. Before I know it, I'm reaching up to her face and pressing my lips against hers. Oh boy. The minute I actually process what I'm doing, I pull away and drop my arms to my sides. We both stand there awkwardly for a moment before I'm able to speak. Thank you. You're thanking me for screwing up making breakfast? I'm thanking you for trying. Oh, right. I guess that makes sense. I doubt someone like her would understand why this means so much to me. She has good people in her life. Random acts of kindness must be commonplace for her. But for me, I've never been treated as anything but a tool. Spent years turning the idea in my head, thinking that I deserved it. It was easy enough to believe. So this moment means more to me than I could possibly say. Even if I actually knew how to talk to people, I couldn't do it. Best I can do is try to repay it in kind. Maybe we could make something together. After all your videos have taught me, I'd be happy to teach you a few things in return. Are you sure? I mean, I know literally nothing about cooking. All I do is slow you down. She's protesting, but the smile on her face makes it clear how much she really wants to do this. Seeing that grin in person is way more radiant than seeing it through a screen. That's okay, I'll take the lead and we can go slow. I take her hand again, she squeezes it, and I squeeze back. They are fucking adorable. Almost as adorable as Maddie and her ghosty girl. Now let's start with teaching you how to use a stove without burning the house down. That's probably a good one to know, yeah. Grab some sausages from the fridge and toss them in the now clean pan before putting it back on the stove. Okay, so you're going to want to have the heat a little lower than the absolute maximum for this one. Figured the higher it went, the faster it would cook. Technically you're right, but that's also how you burn things beyond recognition. I move behind her and put her hand on the pan handle, pressing against her back to move her hand side to side. Keeping it in motion is a good way to make sure it cooks evenly. Right. Cool. I take her through the basics. She handles instructions surprisingly well. Helps that she's eager to learn. After the sausage, we move to toast, then coffee. She's sloppy, but she makes it work. You're doing great, I'm impressed. Well, doing it with you is pretty effective motivator. Very subtle. When am I anything but? We finish up with the eggs, then sit down to eat. She powers through her meal, finishing before I'm even halfway through. Holy shit, that was so good! Looks like you're a better cook than you thought. Oh please, that was like 25% me at most. But, thank you. I definitely learned enough to surprise Mads when she gets back. Well, that just killed the mood, thanks Tara! Mention of Maddie instantly sucks some of the joy from the room. Nice as this has been, I know it's only temporary shelter from the clouds still looming over our heads. Her smile doesn't falter at all, but her eyes twitch. How hollow it would sound. Once again, she pushes it back inside. I know how that feels. Although I have a much harder time smiling afterwards. And the best part is that we don't have to wash any of the dishes since we're leaving after this. We're washing the dishes. Oh, come on. She reluctantly drags herself over to the sink. I remain seated and continue eating. A few seconds later, Tara reappears casually. Hey, quick question. It should be okay if we leave Maddie's stuff here, right? I'd hate for her to come back and be missing all her super important films. It should be fine. With us out of the way, Evelyn won't have any reason to focus on the cabin anymore. Hey, Morgan, can you come here for a sec? I jog down the hallway to find her staring at a hefty black bag sitting in the hall. What's that? It's Mad's camera equipment. I was just thinking that maybe we should shoot a video before we leave. Like, film an episode? Not quite, more like a summary of what's happened for reference. Kind of like a black box in a plane. That way there'll be a record. Something that could help anyone else who decides to look into this. A dead drop. She flinches at the term. It's probably a bit too morbid for her liking. It's worth a shot. I can help you film it. Are you sure? That's a professional quality camera, and even I don't know half the shit it does works. How half the shit it does works. That's Maddie's domain. I'm sure I can figure something out. It can't be too hard to get the basics down. I grab the bag and sling it over my shoulder, then grab the tripod with my other hand. Alright, let's get to work. Alright, let's get to work. I'm gonna do a save. I'm gonna do a little save. Just 'cause I don't know what's coming. I'm gonna do a little save. Okay, so, wait. Let me... Hang on, I think I've got it. No, that's just going to access the archive. We need to get the focus right for the main shoot. Things aren't going well. Neither of us can figure out how to work the camera. My only contribution has been getting it on the tripod. Most of the terms Tara is using fly over my head. She claims that Maddie's the one who knows all about how to make it work, but even her limited understanding is worlds away from mine. I'm sorry, I wish I could do more. Don't sweat it, you're doing fine. Lie. Maddie never taught me much. She, makes the videos. I just do the talking. Her voice is quiet. Maybe this was a bad idea. All it seems to be doing is making her miss Maddie even more. I'm sure as hell not good enough to replace her. No, it shouldn't be a competition, Morgan. At least I finally managed to get the camera to a point where... Excuse me? I think something hit my window. Alright, anyway. At least I finally managed to get the camera to a point where it's actually filming. Oh shit, you got it! She's humoring me. The picture isn't even close to being in focus, and I somehow managed to make the colors even more washed out than this place already is. Doesn't look anything like her most recent videos. I can do better. There are still settings I haven't tried. Tara claps me on the back, a bit too hard. She's so obvious. Don't worry about it. This stuff is confusing. Maybe the blur will make it look more mysterious or something. Sure. She leans against a tree in front of the camera. On her signal, I hit what I hope is record. I give her a slight nod, and she's off. Hello, everybody! What's good, YouTube? I mean, totally not YouTube. Taranormal here. Before we get started, I'm gonna ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey! Alright, anyway. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special, not quite an episode of Taranormal. We've had a lot of crazy shit go down in the past couple of weeks. This is fucking crazy, so Morgan and I are putting this together to make sure we don't miss anything, and if anybody, finds this after we're murdered... Who is Morgan, you ask? She's our inside woman, as they say. We wouldn't have found any of the stuff I'm about to tell you about if not for her, and she's been a hell of an assistant, too, especially now that Mads is dead. I mean, not dead, totally not dead. Mads would be manning the camera right now, but she's not here. It's complicated. Don't worry, she's totally alive. Her voice dips for a moment before launching back into her professional cheeriness. So, where to begin? Well, I suppose I should start with a little story about a spirit, also known as the only time I have ever had fun in a church. She launches into her story without having to take a single moment to think about it. I feel like I'm watching her transform in front of me. Her uncertainty is gone. Her anxiety is gone. That melancholy she's had inside her since Maddie disappeared is gone. It's like she's glowing. Wish I could tell her how wonderful it is to see. But I know I'd never be able to say something like that. Anyway, that's pretty much all we have right now. Hopefully Mads will be back soon. And we don't find her corpse in the snow. Haha. I hear her voice shake for a fraction of a second. She corrects it instantly, but I know I heard it. I'm not gonna lie, there's some bad shit out there. Maddie got caught up in it somehow, but it's nothing that's gonna last. Am I in danger too? Sure, but that's nothing new for me. You're talking to a girl who nearly got eaten by a bear because park rangers suck at their jobs. I'm just making this so we don't have as much to go over when we find her. The dry air out here is killer on my throat, so I could use the help. She coughs loudly. I'm not sure if it's real or just for emphasis. And Evelyn, if you find this, you're a fucking bitch. Just know we're gonna make you pay for what you did. Her voice breaks again. This time it's unmistakable. Maybe this was a bad idea. She takes a minute before she starts talking again. Her voice is shaky. Her face is a strange expression I've never seen before. I'll do whatever I have to, If you're watching, I want you to know that. Can you just give me my friend back? Can you just do that now? I'll do anything, I swear. I don't care if we don't find any more evidence. I don't need anything else from this trip. I just want Maddie back. I just can't watch this anymore. I leave the camera and run to her side. I throw my arms around her and I feel her body sink into mine. I'm sorry, Tara. I'm so sorry. I wrap my arms tighter as I feel her legs give out. It's all I can do to keep her upright as she starts to sob into my shoulder. Hi everyone, I'm Morgan. We're gonna cut this part out. Unease settles in my chest. Never had to do anything like this before. But I have to try. I have to do something. Oh, fuck! We actually have a decision! Oh my god! Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, God. Oh. The fact that we're this far into it, and only now have a single decision, to me that means this decision is so important. So I'm gonna... Oh, man. Oh... I feel like I should let her mourn. Right? I should let her, like, get it out. That would be better than, like, forcing her to, like, keep it in. I think I'm gonna let her mourn. I'm gonna pick that. Oh, jeez. She needs this. We have to keep fighting. I think she needs this. I saved right before it, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go with I should let her mourn. Oh, man. Everything that's happened has been my fault. There's probably nothing I could say that would make up for that. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Just hold her like this. Physical comfort is all I'm good at, after all. Oh, no. Are we gonna, like... Is that gonna hurt Morgan? Oh, God. I don't know. What am I doing? I'll take care of her. It's the least I can do. I lower her down to the ground slowly. I don't even feel the snow on me. Excuse me. Take your time. Getting it out will help. This is all such bullshit. Why would she take Mads? She wasn't causing any trouble. She grabs handfuls of my sweater where her hands rest against me. I don't stop her. I could have helped her. I could have talked this out with her, but I didn't. And because of that, I squeeze her tighter. There's nothing else I can do. Give up on thinking of something to say. I'm better at saying nothing anyway. Oh, I feel like we really fucked up Morgan with that. I don't know. Should have let her stay home. I should have listened to her when we were out here. She pulls away from me and sits down in the snow. Then she smiles. It's a bitter, broken smile. The kind of smile you can only form when you don't know what else to do. I just keep ruining things, huh? Alright, hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm gonna save that, and I want to load back to the decision. Oh, that's not what I wanted. We're gonna load back to the decision, which was here. I just want to see what happens if I do this one. Hold her up as best I can. I can't just let her give in. Tara, listen. She wipes away some of her tears. More keep coming. Yeah? We have to keep fighting. Whatever happened to Maddie, we'll make Evelyn pay for it, I promise. She nods weakly. Yeah, of course. We'll do it for Maddie. She sniffles some more, trying to force the tears back in. I can't help feeling guilty for encouraging her to stuff everything back down inside her. That's kind of why I didn't want to pick this one. But it won't be that way forever. Keeping so much pain inside you can break you in ways that are impossible to fix. That's my fear here, Morgan. I won't let her be like me. You and I are gonna make it happen, together. I worry that my words are making her angry. I don't want it to seem like I don't care about Maddie. They seem to be helping. She's finally able to stand on her own. You're right. We got this. We'll make her pay. She pulls away, her body still shaking. It's the only way to make this right. I feel like we're gonna do violence and not be happy with the result. That's the spirit. We'll murder her. It's fine. I make my way back over to the camera and start packing it up. Glance over at Tara while I do so. She seems to be doing better. Sometimes pushing everything back inside helps, for a moment anyway. Just need to stay focused on a goal. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to save this again. Hop on over here. So we got 10 and 11. Now I'm going to load this one back up. Just want to see what else happens. So Tara, you aren't the reason the two of you came here. I was. This is on me. She has to know I'm right deep down. I don't want her to hate me, but I'd much rather she hate me than hate herself. So I hold Tara, I hold her with as much tenderness as I can, and she breaks into heaving sobs on my shoulder. I feel her body rocking with loss and pain, and her hot tears fall and freeze on the ground below us. I let her feel the extent of her grief. It's a pain I can never understand. The pain of losing someone important to you. Meeting Tara, I've only just started to know what that bond is like, but it can't compare to what she has with Maddie. Tara's wailing grows muffled as she buries her face in my chest and hugs me tightly. Hesitantly, I stroke her hair in return. Time passes. Eventually, Tara grows quiet. She sniffles and shakes in my arms, but relaxes with each breath. I never found any words to say. We sit there together until finally Tara lifts herself from me, her face red and puffy. She gives me a weak smile and wipes her face. I start to pack up the camera. She cleans herself up. Seems like this might have helped after all. I should probably just leave it be and head back with her, but one thought keeps burning in my head. I have to tell her. Tara? Huh? Going to make sure you get Maddie back, no matter what. She stares at me like I just spoke to her in another language. Then she finally gives me a smile, and it doesn't have an ounce of sorrow in it. I know, if anyone can, it's you. Not sure what she means by that, but I hope she's not thinking the same thing I am. She probably thinks I'm just talking big, like I'm some brave knight about to go kill a dragon. I wish that was true. I do not like this path. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, hold up. Uh-huh. Yep. This path feels like the absolute wrong answer. Alright, so this was this one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this route and I'm going to load this one up, and this is the one I'm going to play through. Because that other one feels like we just sent Morgan off to self-sacrifice, and I don't think I like that. We don't talk on the ride back. Tara doesn't even fidget. It isn't until we stop in the village that she speaks. I hope you don't think I'm mad at you for bringing us out here. You aren't? Nah. I know you just wanted to make something good happen for all of us. Things just didn't work out that way is all. Besides, Her voice trails off into mumbles. After a moment, she takes a deep breath and restarts. Coming here meant I got to meet you. I'm sure as hell not complaining about that. I'm sure you've met plenty of fans in person. Yeah, but you're not just a fan, not to me. You're a lot more than that. What are you saying? She suddenly looks away from me. I think she's trying to hide the fact that she's blushing. Poorly. I don't know, just, I haven't really ever met anyone like you before is all. For a moment, strange thoughts fill my head. I want her to say more than that. I don't know what I want it to be, I just want more. But I know better than to ask for that. If it helps, I haven't met anyone like you before either. Well, I could have told you that one. I am one of a kind, you know. No argument there. I'm having a hard time looking at her. I don't know why. This is a new feeling. I push it away and reach for the carriage door instead. There's a weird air in the carriage now. Let's get inside. We've got to figure out how much of your stuff we can fit in my closet. I mean, I could just leave some of my clothes on the floor. That's what I do at home. Not happening. I like being able to see my floor. Can't blame a girl for trying. Hey. I can't help laughing. She laughs too. This seems like the better option, which means it's probably not. She's going to be okay, I know she will. What I gotta remember to do, I will write down which save slot is the other path, so that I don't overwrite it at any point. If I ever want to go onto that file and keep going and see, well, that'll still be an option. I'm going to make sure she stays that way. Alright, oh, we are changing over to Maddie. Alright, so I'm gonna do another save. Okay. Alright. Gonna do another save, and this is here in 11. Hold up. I'm gonna put this in 12. And I know that 12 now is good. And I'll sort out 10 and 11 later. By now, I've all but given up on being able to see Tara again. But I can't abandon the idea without at least trying to get through to her. She deserves to know that I'm okay. Or at least okay as I can be, given the circumstances. At first, Abigail was hesitant about interacting with other people. I don't blame her. After 2 centuries of solitude, talking to 3 complete strangers within the course of a few days was a pretty jarring shift. Despite that, she understands how important this is to me. She also warned me that we can't venture too far in the village itself. The magic of the forest only extends so far, and there's no telling what would happen to us if we went past it. The border of magic isn't clear-cut, so she made me promise to stay close to her. Just in case. I really am lucky to have someone as accommodating as her with me. Even if we fail, it means a lot that she's willing to try. To fill her in on what to expect, try to fill her in. I don't know. I verb to fill her in on what to expect from Tara and Morgan's personalities, doing my best to be as charitable as I can when telling her how likely Tara is to completely flip out when she sees a ghost. Once she's fully prepared, we make our way to the cabin. It's empty. There's not a trace that anyone has been here in days. All of Tara's things are gone. That's an instant relief. It seems like a planned exit.
Did you find something, Madison?
I can't help flinching as Abigail floats through the wall next to me. Incorporeality is one of those things I haven't been able to get used to.
I think so. It seems like the two of them went back to the village.
Don't even entertain the idea that she went home early or anything like that. It's not in her nature.
Do you think so? That sounds like it would be dangerous. Why would they put themselves in danger like that?
I have no idea. Hopefully we can ask them ourselves. Abigail starts to back away, looking down at the ground.
Madison, of course, I'll do my best to help you, but I feel like it would be remiss of me if I didn't warn you not to get your hopes up. It took me years to be able to manifest myself. The chances of you being able to communicate with them soon are low.
That's okay. I didn't have much hope to begin with. I don't like being this dour about things, but I don't see how else I'm supposed to feel. She looks stricken by my words, and I hastily try to gloss it over. I mean, hey, you never know. If you can do it, maybe I can come along with you. The two of us together are bound to be able to accomplish more than what we could do on our own.
Together.
She looks down, grabbing handfuls of her gown. She agreed to come with me before, but it seems like she's having second thoughts. What's wrong?
It's just that accompanying you would mean returning to Eisenfeld again. I haven't returned since, well...
No, I'd never even thought to ask about that. I've tried to avoid talking about her death as much as possible. Strange as it sounds, it feels like it would be rude, in a way. Invasive, but I should have at least checked with her before suggesting we make our way out here. I'm sorry, Abigail. I didn't mean to... To my surprise, she hurries back toward me and nearly bumps her head against mine as she closes the gap between us. Oh, is it gonna happen? No, it's not gonna happen. Not yet.
You don't have to apologize, Madison. I agreed to help you, and I'm going to honor that commitment. Besides, maybe it could be good for me. I can't avoid going back there forever. And having you there will make the burden of memory much easier to bear.
Her conviction, combined with her invasion of my personal space, makes my face flush red, and for a moment it looks like she's worried she upset me. Oh, sweet child, no you did not. Don't worry. I gave her the best smile I could manage. After years of making Tara normal, I'd hoped maybe a bit of Tara's charm and social skills would have rubbed off on me. They haven't. If you say so, as long as you don't feel like I'm forcing you or anything.
Not at all. You've been nothing but kind to me, Madison. I want to repay that kindness.
If anything, I still feel like I'm indebted to her for saving my life, but I know she wouldn't see it that way. I've done my best to be polite, but I haven't exactly made any grand gestures of thanks to her. Thank you, Abigail, really.
Of course. Now then, shall we?
Lead the way. Going to the village. This feels like it's going to be a good thing. I'm going to do a save. Do a little save. Doing a little save. There we go. Every time Tara and I visited Eisenfeld, we were stared at everywhere we went. Now, seeing everyone walk by Abigail and me without so much as a glance is surreal. Abigail gazes at the buildings as we pass by, occasionally pointing out ones she remembers from her time. Her voice is a strange mix of excitement and melancholy. I'm not sure if I should encourage her mood or try to comfort her. As we enter the town square, we start to encounter larger groups of people. Each time one passes close by, Abigail grabs onto my arm and moves closer to me. Is she scared of crowds, or is it something about the villagers themselves that has her shaking? I'm tempted to ask her, but I think better of it. For all I know, this fear could be connected to the way she died. My mind runs wild with possibilities. Maybe she was burned as a witch or cast out of the village. This definitely isn't helping. I need to focus. Thankfully, it's not too long before we reach Morgan's house. I just hope they're there, and more importantly, I hope we can reach them. Are you ready, Abigail?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Empty. We phase through the wall and into the kitchen. Oh, not empty. Not empty, guys. It's not empty. And there they are. Tara and Morgan sharing breakfast close enough to touch. I'd give nearly anything to be able to hug them right now. My feelings are a mixture of guilt and elation and worry, but more than anything, I'm glad she's okay, both her and Morgan. I need to talk to Tara. There's so much I need to say and ask. Tara, can you hear me? Morgan, this is delicious. How the hell do you know how to make all this stuff? Apparently she can't. She doesn't even look in my direction.
Most of it I picked up from older folks in the village. The rest I pieced together from random cooking videos.
Well, all this is said and... When all this is said and done, remind me to give those channels a shout-out on an episode, because this rules. I try waving my hands in front of their faces, hoping that maybe movement will convey what my voice clearly can't. Once again, no reaction. Morgan leads toward Tara, passing right through my hand.
Maybe you'll learn enough while you're here to make a few cooking videos yourself.
Are you asking because you actually think that'd be good, or do you just want to see another video where I almost burned my house down? Morgan shrugs and gives Tara a small smirk. When Tara chuckles in response, I feel another surge of sadness. I knew I shouldn't have expected this to work right away, but I'm still crestfallen. Having them this close hurts in a way I couldn't have imagined. All the time I spent feeling ignored while I was alive seems so trivial compared to this. So what's the plan for today? Got anywhere in town we might be able to hit up for local lore?
Most of the official records of town history are sealed up in Evelyn's office, so those are off the table. But we might have some luck checking out older buildings around town. She's done a good job of cleaning up evidence of what Eisenfeld used to be, but maybe you'll notice something I didn't.
Sure, I mean, it's worth a shot. Her voice barely contains a trace of the fire I'm so used to. I have to hope that's at least the remaining trace. I have to hope that at least the remaining trace is a sign she'll regain the fire someday. At least she's not alone. Morgan reaches out and puts her hand on Tara's shoulder, squeezing gently. When she speaks, her words are soft and strained.
Are you going to be okay?
What do you mean?
After yesterday, if you need some time to rest, nobody's going to blame you.
Tara looks down for a moment, but when she looks up again, her eyes hold that same fire I saw so often back home. I'm good. The sooner we get some clues, the sooner we can end this shit for good.
Are you sure?
100%. We got this. I feel that urge to hug her again, even stronger than I did before. They don't have a shred of evidence to suggest I'm anything other than dead and gone, but she hasn't given up. I still don't feel any kind of power within me that I could use to manifest myself. Abigail's my only hope. I turn to her, trying to keep my voice level despite my desperation. Abigail, do you think you could manifest? Even if I can't reach them, maybe you can. Abigail nods, but she's frowning. My heart wasn't exactly soaring, but I think I can feel it sink even further.
I'll try, but whatever power I had that allowed me to appear to you has felt much weaker since I used it to save you.
Abigail closes her eyes and starts to lift higher off the ground. As I watch, I feel a strange feeling in the air around me. As if it's bending around her, being pulled aside so she can step through the border between our worlds. For a minute, it seems like it's actually working. Trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to say when I feel the energy in the air start to fade. Abigail seems to be struggling, furrowing her brow as she sways in the air. Her face scrunches, and guilt stabs me like a knife. Is she in pain? Abigail, stop. It's okay.
Maybe if I just try a little harder.
I reach out and gently take her hand, lowering her to the ground. She opens her eyes, breathing hard. As much as I want to see Tara, it's not worth making her feel like this. It's okay, I promise. We can try again some other time. Abigail gives a faint nod and stares down at her feet. Her hands ball into fists as her shoulders rise and fall.
I'm so sorry, Madison. I don't understand why this is happening.
There aren't any rule books for this sort of thing. I don't blame you for not knowing about things most people think are impossible to begin with. The disappointment I'm feeling takes a back seat to concern for Abigail's well-being. I've already put her through a lot by making her come here in the first place. We knew beforehand that this was a long shot. I'm just happy I got to see them again.
Are you sure?
I'm not, but I know that if I tell her that, she'll want to try again. It's better this way. I'm sure. You've done more than enough by coming with me. I look back to Tara and Morgan, taking what I pray isn't my final glance at them. To my surprise, Tara is leaning against Morgan's shoulder while Morgan's arm is wrapped around her back in a loose hug. Thank you. As messed up as all this is, I'm glad that you're the one helping me get through it. Tara's voice is soft and it carries a vulnerability I don't think I've ever heard from her before. Oh, don't be a peeper. Give them their privacy, Maddie. They're gonna start doing it, and it's gonna get weird.
Same here, we make a good team.
Tara raises her head to look at Morgan, their faces inches apart. We should have a team name, like the Dream Team or something.
We'll work on it.
I already had a feeling that the two of them had something going on before all this happened. Not that surprised, if I'm being honest. Stuff like this has happened before with her, but it's always a one-night stand or some kind of quick fling, never the kind of thing that would merit real vulnerability. Then again, she's never been in a situation like this before. Maybe losing me brought out a part of her I never knew she had. As if in response to my thoughts, Morgan leans forward and kisses Tara. It's a lot more than a simple peck on the lips. This is something deeper. So deep, in fact, that I have to turn away. It seems wrong to spy on something that's intimate. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Next to... Oh. Next to me, Abigail has also turned away. Her face is a bright crimson, and her hands are close to her chest. Getting jelly. I didn't stop to consider that this is the first act of intimacy she's seen in 2 centuries. For all I know, this could be the first time she's ever seen 2 women kiss. Oh, yeah, right, sure. Maybe. You okay? Is this turning you on, or what? Sorry, never mind. She looks up at me, slightly alarmed.
Yes, I'm okay. I just wasn't prepared for something like that.
Trust me, I wasn't either. Abigail pauses for a moment, closing her eyes and taking a calming breath. Hey, do you think... Never mind. A small smile crosses her face as her blush subsides, her wide eyes softening.
It's nice though, isn't it? A love like that can give someone incredible strength. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. I really am. Maybe this will help her cope better now that I'm gone. But we should probably go. I feel really weird being here for this.
Of course. Maybe we can try this again another time, and also trying to talk to Tara and stuff.
Her words lack conviction, but she doesn't protest. I'll have to think of some ways to cheer her up once we get back to the church. Oh, I'm sure we can find ways to cheer her up when you get back to the church. That might make the church burn. Okay, well, let us continue on. Hey, do you wanna... maybe... you know... The front door creaks open. Never mind! That's one way to ice the entire room. All 4 of us freeze as we face the entrance. Well, this bitch... Fucking damn it. Evelyn stalks in and slams the door behind her. She doesn't say anything, but neither do Tara and Morgan. Tara's shaking, and Morgan places a protective arm in front of her as she glares at her mother. I shiver too, desperately wanting to look away, but feeling unable to. Part of me screams to do something, anything, to get her away from Morgan and Tara. Yet, there's a stronger part of me screaming, I need to leave, I need to get out of here. But I feel just as frozen as the day I died. Well, I feel Abigail on my arm pulling me backwards. She pulls my body through the connecting wall, and only when Evelyn is out of my vision can I breathe again. Abigail presses against me, just as stunned as I am. I try to keep calm, telling myself that she doesn't even know we're here. I don't know about that. That she can't hurt me anymore. Evelyn passes through the door and by the corner where Abigail and I are lurking, and she stops. Slowly, her head turns to look where we are, where there's otherwise just empty space. She's so close that I can see her face contort in recognition and shock.
Madison.
I jerk my head towards Abigail to see that she's already started to head for the wall, waving for me to follow her. It's enough to snap me out of my trance. I run to her, casting a backwards glance at Evelyn to make sure she isn't following us. She doesn't move, but her eyes track us as we run. Right before I pass through the wall, her mouth opens. How? I don't stick around to find out what she says next. Abigail and I run as fast as we can, phasing through buildings and people with reckless abandon. After what we just saw, all other fears feel inconsequential. She can fucking see us. That's not a good thing. By the time we're back in the forest, it's clear that Evelyn has no interest in pursuing us. For now, at least.
Madison, are you okay?
She puts her hand on my shoulder, pulling me closer to her. My head throbs painfully and my breathing is shaky, but her touch grounds me. I'm not sure, but I'm a lot better now that we have some distance between us and her. I look backwards toward the village, half expecting her to come flying at us like some kind of demon. She saw us, Abigail. How is that possible? Abigail looks down at the ground, and I realize she's shaking as hard as I am.
I wish I knew. Madison, she said something to you before we left, didn't she?
Yeah, I didn't catch all of it, but I think I know what she was gonna say. She looked shocked when she saw us, confused even. I think she didn't know about us being out here. Abigail's voice is barely above a whisper when she speaks. Her face is drained of color.
But now she does.
The message is clear. As long as Evelyn is in Eisenfeld, we can't be. I'm sorry, Tara. I'm sorry, Morgan. But it looks like you're on your own. Well, we're Abigail now. That's very interesting. I feel like this... Oh, man. This is going to be a slightly short episode then, I guess. But that's all right. This is a real good spot to end off. So I'm going to go ahead. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to save here. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load... this one, right? Just want to see what happens if we go a little further on this path. We'll fill the time. That one's still going to be the one I'm going to keep going on, but I want to just kind of see what happens over here. Now, it's to give Evelyn what she wants. Yeah, me. Yeah, so she's made up her mind to kind of self-sacrifice. I don't think I want to keep going on this path, but I do kind of want to see. You know, talk on the ride back. Tara doesn't even fidget. I figured the wet pants would make sitting still even harder for her than it already has, but she's completely still. Isn't until we stop in the village that she speaks. Alright, so this seems like the same conversation. Yeah, this is the same conversation so far. Yup. Alright, but what's important is that Morgan made a decision that she didn't make in the other one. So that's big. Yeah, seeing on the floor, and then go into the place, and then now we're switching to Maddie, probably. And this will probably play the same way. My guess is this is all going to play the same way, and that just affected something that's going to happen way in the future. I'm guessing. So I just kind of want to skip through this a little bit, just to see. Yeah, this is all kind of the same. Right. This is all the same. Yep, together, and things and stuff and things. Yep, that's all the same. And we go. And we find the house. And it goes the same way. Seems like. Yep. Yeah, so it looks like all that happened was that one scene was a little different, and Morgan makes the decision to do the thing. That's the difference here. Yeah. Alright, well that's interesting. Yeah, this is all still going the same. Yep. So I think what I want to do then is now I know. Yeah, we gonna fuck. It's fine. We definitely gonna fuck. It's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. It is so gonna happen. Alright, so let's see. I think what I'm gonna do is, so far, it's been the same, other than that one little bit. Yup, we can see. She's gonna say how, and it's the same. It's the same, yep. I wish I knew. But now she does. Okay, so this, I'm going to save this here. I'll save this here, still on Madison. And I'm going to make sure I note down that file 10 is the alternate path. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep playing file 12. I'm going to keep playing file 12. I will keep going through it. But what I'll do is after I finish recording the episode, I will go back to file 10 and play through that. And if it starts to deviate, then I'll hold off. And we can potentially showcase that on screen. If it winds up being the same, I'll get it to the same point. And then at some point, it's going to diverge, right? So I want to try to keep them both going until there's a divergence, and then we can kind of see what happens. So that's how I'm going to do it for now. If we then get to more choices and it starts branching off into at that point, then I'm going to have to pick one and just stick with it. But for now, I think it's okay to kind of maintain both of these going forward. So we're going to end it off here, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and make sure you are subscribed for more Heart of the Woods, guys. Next time, we're going to continue on, and we are now from Abigail's POV, and that's really cool. I am very, very much, like, anticipating what secrets are going to get revealed, because she knows things about way, way back, and maybe we'll start to get a sense of how she died, what the circumstances were, what was all going on around then, and then, of course, how she feels about Maddie, which, you know, that's kind of the whole thing with the game. So, I'm very excited for that. I hope you are. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.